Welcome back, crime fighters. It is time for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. I'm Chris Wright, along with Chief Deputy Matthew Wade from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Good to see you, Matthew.
Hey, it's great to be back. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a happy New Year.
It started off good for me so far. Alabama wins the national championship. Yeah, wish JSU could have joined them, but
I wish they could have pulled it out as well. But we're proud of both teams and what they can accomplish, and look forward to great things from them in the future. Very proud of them.
All right, I'm looking forward to great things from our viewers again this week. Last week, another successful week.
4 people arrested, and all thanks to you. Brings our count up to 3,572 people that's put in jail because you were willing to get involved. Thank you.
All right, so we will get to this week's lineup here in just a few minutes and tell you who we need your help in locating. We'll also talk about some property crimes later on in the show that we need some help solving those crimes. Right now, though, let's flash back just a little bit. We were talking last week some about the gun safety course and that was coming up, and apparently that was just a massive success.
We are a victim of our own success in the fact that we've been doing gun citizens firearms training for 20 years. This is our 81st class. We do it once every quarter. The most we've ever had has been around 70 or 80, and we put this out before Christmas on Facebook and had over 1,000 that were interested and over 400 that said they were coming. We're like, wow, you know, surely this isn't so, but we got a little nervous. We switched to the Anniston City Meeting Center, and we put out 300 chairs and had to add over 200 more. And I'm not saying they were all full. It was well over 400 people, the best we could tell. And I think it's a sign of the times, and we can, you can say for whatever reasons, but Americans in general are feeling less safe in America. We see shootings all the time in schools and in businesses and different things, and people are interested and they want to know what my rights are and when can I use force and when I can't. And that's our whole goal, is to make sure people who do want a firearm know safety, and they also know when they can and can't use it legally. We never would want to see a citizen that thought they were doing right get in trouble because of something that wasn't in accordance with the law, and that's our goal. Our only thing about this firearms class is our range can't hold 500 people at one time. Wow. So we're trying to work that out. So everybody that came wants to go to the range, we're going to do our best to figure that out and try to make improvements for the future. But we really are glad people came.
And again, there's a huge debate in this country about guns, and you can debate those issues all day, all year, all lifetime. But the one thing that's really not open for debate is if you are going to own a weapon, you need to understand how to use it and when you can and cannot legally use it.
Absolutely. Whether you're a proponent of guns or not, the Constitution says you can have them. They're legal. People can make that choice. If you're going to do it, we want you to know how to be safe and know when you can and can't use it properly for everybody's benefit.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Washington Anniston Coin Laundry on Quintard across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Washington Anniston Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston Stroud with Family Links, and this is the Family Tip of the Week. As a parent, are you frustrated that you've lost control and freedom in your day-to-day life? This is something a lot of parents feel, but not many talk about. Things that used to be easy, going to the grocery store, deciding what to watch on TV, visiting grandma, having adult time with friends, can be challenging and sometimes just don't happen. Here's the situation. You have a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old, and you have plans to meet a girlfriend at a nearby bakery for coffee and girl talk. As you lift your toddler into the stroller, he begins to scream and arch his back. After several tries and with the toddler howling in the driveway, you simply cancel your plans. What are your reactions? Adrenaline, because your son's screaming and it makes your heart race. Anger, because you want him to behave. Sadness, because you want to leave the house. And embarrassment, because neighbors are outside and can see everything. Does this sound familiar? A lot of parents have had experiences like this, both big and small. Whether it's a trip to the bakery, a simple meal you wanted to eat together, or a family vacation you planned for months, you suddenly find that your best laid plans are falling apart. In these situations, it's helpful to focus on the present moment and what will help you stay calm. This allows you to assess the situation and decide what to do next. Can you make your original plan go forward with a little more work? Is it time to find a compromise? Or do you need to completely retreat and talk to your child at a later, calmer time? One of the most difficult things to accept as a parent is that you cannot control your children, only your own reaction. It's okay and normal to have feelings of frustration and sadness when your plans are not going as you hoped. Remember, the goal is to take care of yourself so you can calmly think through the next steps that are under your control. Hopefully you will arrive at a solution that works for you. For more family tips, please call Family Links at 256-820-5911.
Let's do a little crime fighting, shall we? Here's the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. If you have any information about anybody that you see, please contact the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office or Calhoun County Crime Stoppers. Jacob Watts starts off the list. He is from Weaver, and he is wanted for bond revocation for receiving stolen property, possession of brass knuckles, trafficking in methamphetamine, theft of property, first degree, and use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Ricky Newton is from Weaver. He's wanted for failure to pay for third-degree theft of property. Donnell Snyder of Jacksonville, also wanted for failure to pay for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. Paul Peliquin of Jacksonville, wanted for failure to appear for theft of property, first degree. Leah Thompson from Oxford, wanted for failure to pay for passing bad checks. Kimberly Biddle from Anniston, wanted for failure to pay for unlawful distribution of a controlled substance. And Jennifer Mitchell from Piedmont, wanted for failure to pay for passing bad checks. If you have any information about any of these cases, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. And we will have more bad guys coming up in just a few minutes, but Matthew, we always enjoy taking a little time out for some people that are doing good things in the community as well.
Absolutely, the positive always outweighs the bad.
Anniston City Councilwoman Millie Harris is joining us along with Mike Galliardo. Did I say that correctly?
That's right, yes.
Okay, from the Etowah Youth Orchestra, but also working with the Knox Concert Series. And we've got a big performance coming up this weekend.
We certainly do. The Polish Baltic Philharmonic. This orchestra was established in 1945, and it's the premier orchestra in northern Poland. And so we're very fortunate that they are going to be here for an Al Tchaikovsky event. And so Mike and I have been visiting area schools. Today we were at Oxford, yesterday at Welborn. Thursday we're going to be at Anniston High School and Saks, preparing these high school kids for this symphony experience.
And this is what I love, one of the things that I love so much about Knox. It is great performances, world-class performances in Anniston, but it's not just that performance. It's a whole experience and an educational opportunity for the kids in our community.
That's exactly right. And what we find when we go into the schools is that a majority of these students have never had this experience. And we go in and we talk to them about why they've never had the experience, why they've never taken the opportunity to hear a symphony orchestra. We try to dispel some of the myths and the stereotypes that go along with all of this. And then we try to encourage them to add this to their collective experiences, so it's something that they can say, yes, I've done that and I've had that experience.
You know, I was a kid going to the Knox Concert Series with my parents. They're dragging me to some of the concerts, and then I'm excited about some of the other ones. It's just a huge variety, always has been with the Knox Concert Series. I didn't necessarily enjoy being pulled out to the symphony as much, but I did once I got there. I had fun with it, and I'm so glad that I had those experiences.
Well, I think that's a key to it. It's part of your collective experience, and that's what we try to instill in the high school students. Everything that you do in your life is part of what makes you you, and this is a unique opportunity to attend a symphony orchestra concert. There's no cost to these students to attend this concert, and to add that to the list of things that are a part of their lives that they've had the opportunity to experience.
Now, are we going to be bringing in any performances anytime that needs a bagpipe?
Ooh,
Matthew can be your man.
I understand that. I understand
I can play
that.
the bagpipes, but the thing that people don't realize to a musician, I call myself somewhat a musician. Musician.
Good thing you're not a singer.
That's right. But all those instruments playing together and being on time with each other is, to me, is just it's a very difficult thing to do. And people who just watch music, they go, "Oh, that was nice." But somebody who plays, has tried to play with other people, you go, "Wow, that's really difficult," and they made it sound perfect. So,
yeah, you put 100 people out there on stage together, and you want them to all do the same thing at the same time, and you know, it speaks to the training of these performers, and it's really an incredible experience too. It's kind of overwhelming to be in the audience for that.
And how does it work from the conductor side? This is your experience here. You're standing up there. You've got your little magic wand.
That's right.
And you're keeping those 100 people in time together, and you're responsible for every one of them. How do you keep that straight?
Well, you know, you have to know when they need your help, and you have to know when to get out of the way. And that's really the key to it. There are times, and it depends if you're working with a student orchestra or if you're working with seasoned professionals. Some groups need your help more than other groups do, and there are moments where they really need you there, and there are other moments where you just need to kind of get out of the way and let the music happen and let the orchestra convey that to the audience.
Millie, what are we going to see in Anniston this weekend?
Well, it's going to be so very special. I went on YouTube and I listened to some of the selections. There's actually going to be 3 different pieces, and Mike can help me with the official names. But it's music. It's so beautiful. You would recognize it if you heard it. I mean, if you ever, when you were a kid, your mom was watching soap operas. It's a background music to. I'm talking about Romeo and Juliet. The thing from that, and Mike, help me with the official name of it now.
Sure, it's called the Romeo and Juliet Fantasy Overture.
It is beautiful, and then the piano concerto. We watched some of that at Oxford a few minutes ago, and I was just blown away. It is so incredibly beautiful, and I would say that anyone would enjoy it because it's familiar. People don't really like to go to a concert necessarily and hear something that they're not familiar with. I know that as a music person, Mike may feel differently than I do, but the old familiar is always good to me. And it's just, you know, I couldn't hear enough of it. It's just absolutely beautiful. So, and some of these children or these students, these high school students, recall seeing the Nutcracker when they were in the 3rd grade. Knox has an outreach all over the county. We go into schools and 3rd graders learn all about the Nutcracker. Then they see the performance. And so they can relate, this is the same composer, Tchaikovsky, who did the Nutcracker. And one thing I really like about what Mike has done, he tells the students about the life of the composer. The man was troubled. He suffered from depression. Many people can relate to that. I'd read a few things about him years ago that he was a very flamboyant character who spent lots of money, like a lot of people do, you know. But anyway, the kids, it makes it real for them when they can really learn about the life of the person who composes fabulous music.
We want to talk more about that, and also what else is coming with the Knox Concert Series. We need to take a quick break, but we will be back to talk more about the Knox Concert Series, and we'll have the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost. But now I am
sober,
happy. I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Washington Aniston Coin Laundry on Quintard, across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Washington Aniston Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
And here's the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. From Piedmont, Alabama, Christopher Kelly, wanted on probation revocation for the unlawful manufacture of a controlled substance. Christina Broom of Center is wanted for failure to appear for second-degree theft of property. Terrence Taylor from Anniston, wanted on a probation violation for discharging a firearm into an unoccupied building. Antonio Rawls of Anniston, wanted for a probation violation for breaking and entering a vehicle. Timothy Green of Oxford, wanted for a probation violation for third-degree theft of property and obstructing justice using a false ID. Michael Leonard of Anniston, wanted on a probation violation for second-degree possession of a forged instrument. James Johnson of Alexandria, wanted for failure to appear for breaking and entering a vehicle and passing bad checks. Again, if you have any information about these cases, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers. They want your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000. The number is 256-238-1414. We will have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show coming up in just a few minutes, talk about some property crimes that we need your help solving. Also, our crazy criminal of the week. And Matthew, I understand that we've got a good local story for that.
We got a good local story for that. I can't wait to share it.
Another good local story is a world-class orchestra coming to Anniston this weekend as part of the Knox Concert Series. Millie Harris is with us and Mike Galliardo from the Etowah Youth Orchestra. Of course, Millie on the Anniston City Council and also very involved with the Knox Concert Series. And so, Millie, we've got the orchestra this weekend, and tickets are still available for this, right?
Yes, they certainly are. Reserved seats are $65, and general admission is $35. And if you come to the library, unfortunately, by the time this is aired, no one will know unless they've been following the schedule of the library. At 2 o'clock today, we do a program for adults with greatly reduced seats. And it's basically to educate adults and our young people. So when they go to this concert Saturday night, they will appreciate it much more by having some background.
All right, but if somebody's watching the show today, say, well, that's fine and dandy. I don't care to be educated about the orchestra. we've still got something for them. That's, again, one of the things I love about the Knox Concert Series is the variety. And the next performance, which will close out this season, is going to be one that is very much pop culture, taken from the stage in Broadway and brought to Anniston.
Yes, it's the Midtown Men. It's going to be in April, and you've heard of the Jersey Boys. The original cast of the Jersey Boys will be in this event. And as you know, if you've seen it, it's all about the music of the 1950s and help me out a little bit, Mike. Do you know very much about Jersey Boys? I've seen it before, and I loved it.
You know all the songs by heart.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. You know, that great 1950s sound, blended harmonies in the vocals, things that, you know, vocally I wish I could do. You know, just the tremendous voices. And it's great music and really, really an enjoyable show.
And it's something that's never happened before, to my understanding, that and this was a major smash hit on Broadway. Yes. And the principal actors from the performance on Broadway have formed their own vocal group. It's never happened before, but now they're touring as this group, playing these songs that we know and love, the very best people to be doing it.
Absolutely. It's going to be Saturday, April the 9th, and that's going to wind up our series for this year of the concert series. And we've just had a great year so far. It's just been totally amazing, and the kinds of talent that we can bring to Anniston, Alabama, and the Anniston Performing Arts Center. We have great acoustics there. And as you know, it was the original home of the Shakespeare Theater, for the Alabama Shakespeare Theater, before it moved to Montgomery. So it's a great venue, and we have some wonderful talent. And we have over 250 volunteers that make this happen. It's not a paid staff. And so it's a great thing for the Anniston community, and just, I could not be more proud, really.
All right, Matthew, you know, I always got to try to get a sneak preview, right? Get a little something extra. Is there any chance that on the show here today we can get any kind of a sneak preview of the next season for Knox?
Well, it has not been announced, and the big names that they negotiate with, typically they will not commit till the very last minute. But we do know that next year we will have a ballet and we will have a symphony as well. Every other year we have a ballet and a symphony. And, you know, some of the people, you know, I know say, oh, I don't want to go to see a ballet. Well, some of the most macho men I have seen change and say, oh, this is the most beautiful thing. So so that's all I know right now. And it's all hush-hush until the very last minute, because these contracts are typically not negotiated you know, way ahead of time. These performers don't do that.
Here's one thing I do know. I know that if you get your season tickets, you'll be able to go to the most popular performances. If you don't, you'll be scrambling, trying to find somebody to get you a ticket for those shows, because it's a great theater, but it's not nearly as many seats as some of these performers are used to playing in front of.
No, it's not. It's a very small venue. There's about a little over 1,100 seats. And typically we always sell out the season. And then people are saying, well, why could I not get a ticket to see a really big name? Well, there are very few of them left after we've sold out. So I urge everyone to get on board for next year.
All right, so Matthew, go ahead and write that check.
We can do it. Let's need the book.
So Saturday night is the orchestra again. I can't remember the name of the orchestra.
The Polish Baltic Philharmonic, and it starts at 7:30 Saturday night. All of these young people who have we've been seeing all week will come to the library for a reception before the event, and we'll all be sitting together. And so typically we have 80 to 100 young people who typically
Can we get the number on the screen if somebody wants to call about tickets and information? There you go. It's 256-235-2553. Call that number and see about getting some tickets for Saturday night. You won't regret it. Millie, Mike, thank you very much for being here and in our schools.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And we will be back in just a few moments with the Crime Stoppers segment of the show and our crazy criminal on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
but now I am
Sober.
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Your word is rigmarole,
Can you define it?
a long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
And now it's time for the Crime Stoppers segment of our show, and we've got some property crimes that we need your help solving. On New Year's Day, January 1st, a residence on Piedmont Jacksonville Road in Piedmont was burglarized. A TV, DVD player, and a Nintendo DS were stolen. Sometime between January 5th and January 6th, a vehicle on Riley Lane in Anniston was broken into. A laptop computer was stolen from the vehicle. If you have any information about these cases or any others, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Up in Ohio, they had a criminal this past week who was unhappy with his picture that they put out on the Facebook page.
That happens.
So he sent them an updated picture. This guy Chip, he goes by, but it's Donald Pugh. The picture that you see there where he's grinning, he didn't like that one, so he said, "Here's a better one." That one is terrible. So they did update their picture for him.
Customer service is king, right?
And not too dissimilar from something that we had here locally.
Hey, just this past week, people complain on law enforcement. I know nobody believes that ever happens, but it does. And so we received a complaint from somebody that had made a report with the sheriff's office about a theft. So, yes, sir, I'll check on that and check with the deputy or the investigator, and says, well, there's a reason. Uncover some things, and we've got direct evidence that this guy filed a false report, and this theft that he said happened is made up because he's mad at this guy over a property dispute. Well, we've since arrested him. He's confessed that that everything was false, and so if you're gonna commit a crime, or if you're gonna make a false report, complaining on the deputy that he ain't doing enough work probably just makes him really determined. So
he made sure he did a good job to get all the facts.
He's got all the facts now, and we're really proud that he did. So I'm sure that deputy's feeling pretty good that, hey, I told you I was doing my job. So.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for this week. If you missed part of the show, you can watch the show on demand at tv24.tv. You can also see the information from this show on our Facebook page whenever you'd like to. We'll be looking for you again next Tuesday night here on TV24 on Calhoun County's Most Wanted, but hopefully not in the lineup.